DJ Event Planner will change the way you manage and run your business. Streamline all of your procedures and software into one easy-to-manage system. DJ Event Planner, the ultimate online planning tool.
Good evening, everyone. It is Monday night. It is time to talk DJ with the crew from DJNTV. We've got Dan, we've got Shaney, we've got MJ, and myself. Of course, I'm John Young. And tonight, we have got a topic that a lot of you probably have some interest in because it's going to be revolutionary next week as we go to DJ Expo.
We're going to be talking about Despacito, the song. Not the Justin Bieber version, but the other one. That's what we're talking about all night long.
We're going to dissect the video from beginning to end and find out why it's got 3.8 trillion, whatever
3
it is.
trillion views right now.
I mean, I didn't think that Dan could hit, refresh that many times.
Hey, when your job's on the line, I have no clue.
I'm kind of curious. I was thinking about this the other day when that statistic came out, that it just broke the record for most views on YouTube of any video ever. That back in the day when Ricky Martin's Livin' La Vida Loca was out, they didn't have quite the internet to be able to track stuff like that then. But they did have the radio station tracking. And they said around the world when that thing was at its peak, a radio station somewhere in the world was pressing play on that song every 4 seconds. So I'm kind of wondering how it would have fared if it had some sort of YouTube trackability back then. Kind of makes you wonder. Sorry, that's the way my brain works.
Yeah, that would be interesting because that was a very hot song and very popular. I can't say that I have had any requests for this latest hot single, but I have also, not played that type of events. Yeah, I haven't had any. The weddings that I've played. Now when I get into schools and such.
Really? Not even at the weddings?
No, I need to take this back. Take that back. I had this song requested at a company party I did back in February because there was a large Latino population at that event, and they had requested the song, and I had no idea what I had.
I get a minimum of probably 5 a night. People come up, you can play it. I already played it once. I'm going to play it again. Can you play it now? No, I'm not going to play it now. But we're leaving. Then leave. If you stay, maybe I might play it. Oh, well, but we're going to other place. Then why are you asking me to play it if you're leaving? But no, that's not what we're talking about tonight. We got sidetracked so quickly. We're talking about the Expo, and we are talking about how many things Shaney is doing at the Expo this year.
Exactly. We've renamed it the
I'm going to
Show.
start a hashtag just to annoy her because I'm jealous. She gets to do so many cool. I'm going to be standing in the showroom taking little videos of stuff, hoping that people like the little videos and pictures I take and maybe want to say, hi, MJ, I like your show. But Shaney's going to be doing everything. She's doing seminars. She's doing competitions. She's doing the showroom floor DJing. She's going to be out front of one of the little hoagie places waving a sign around trying to get people to come in.
It's White House subs.
Yeah, White House subs. So we're going to start a hashtag and we're going to see how big it gets. And it's called Expo Shaney. Hashtag Expo Shaney. So we'll see how big it gets. I had to go there.
I know. It's all good.
It's all good. It. Bang. But no, we're talking today 3 things about the Expo that we're going to try to hit. We're going to hit number 1, any kind of information we have about new gear that's coming out. And we have some that we can't even talk about. We can only. We're going to talk about some of the seminars that are going on. And we are going to talk about just general Expo information that you might want to have, like where's the nearest restroom or something like that. Who has the cheapest drinks, whatever your thing is. We're going to try to help you out with that tonight.
Nice.
What do we want to start with first?
Well, gear is always a very popular one, so we should put that last.
First up, I want to talk about the company Mixar that came out was it last year they were there, John, or was it Mobile Beat they came out at?
Mixar, it's tough. I don't remember because we've seen them at NAMM for a couple of years.
Okay.
And so I don't remember if they were there last year or not.
Well, they're a fairly new company that makes all kinds of gear. They make mixers and headphones and turntables, and they have pretty much everything. But they just released a second edition of their Duo. The company is out of Italy, but they come up with another one here has a really nice crossfader built in there from Pro X faders, which is really, really great. It's a basic, simple mixer, as you see there. It's more on the lines of a battle mixer, but even though it does have, does it have a mic input there or not?
No, I'm not. You've got
Okay, so that's unless it's up top. I don't know, maybe.
It's right on the top.
Or the front, maybe.
Front. There, no.
Headphones.
Left side.
Left side. So it does have a single mic. Okay, yeah. So that will be there for you to check out. And like I said, they have a lot of really cool looking equipment. They really do. So you might want to stop at their booth. I don't know what their booth number is. Do we know when you get that little, I'm going to say booth numbers because you just walk around, you'll find them or ask somebody. You know, we don't have to worry about necessarily the numbers. But what was your thought on their stuff first time you saw it, John? I mean, you got hands on it at all?
Yeah, we played a little bit with some of the different, because they've got a parent company and they've done lighting under that the same parent company. They're making pretty good products. I really was pleasantly surprised at the quality of what they're putting out there. It doesn't have the name behind it or the like Rane as an example or Pioneer, which has such a strong name in the industry. But I think they're making very solid products, and the people who are using it and having, you know, the tactile side of them are up there doing their thing, are really appreciating what's there and are giving it a nod for having good quality feel and touch and functionality. So time will tell, obviously, as far as what their life expectancy is and how much people really get into it. But it looks like they are definitely putting some good stuff out there.
I've heard people say decent things about it. There was no, you know, oh, it's crappy. I didn't hear any of that. So
right, and generally we'll hear that pretty quick.
Yeah. If I can't see the chat because I have 20 windows going on tonight, I have picture, video, two different browsers running. So if anybody asks something in the chat, you guys can bring it up anytime you want.
Somebody asked about recommended dolly for my DJ gear. I recommend Rock and Rollers.
Yeah.
That's my recommendation.
What's the other company? What's the other company that looks just like them? There's one that has yellow wheels and one that has red wheels.
There's another company that made a rock and roller. That
Groove Gear.
Groove, yeah, that's the
one. Yeah, they're almost identical, a little bit different. I have the one with the red wheels. I don't think it's as great as the other one. It's close. It's really close.
Well, the Groove Gear, unless they made another cart, it is a completely different cart because it's got a center pivot point.
Well, they have the one that has a center pivot point, but the other ones all have the expandables that the center pops out. I will tell you right now, always get a size bigger than you think you need.
Oh, they do have.
Because you'll grow into it.
Yeah, they've got the Mover 6, which I'm sure they'll have those there, which is a center pivot point, which works in some situations really quite well. The problem I had with it, why I didn't care for it, is great for hauling gear. But I like to be able to take the cart, fold it up, and stand it on end. The Rock and Roller will, the Solo Light from Groove Gear will stand on end, but the Mover 6 would not because of having wheels on both ends and the way the wheels on the one end are on both sides. So it was a nice cart.
Here's a picture of it. I have a video somewhere of the lady doing a complete fold down and fold up of this thing. Mm-hmm. But you can see the different types of ways that you can set it up and stuff. It does a lot. So that's the one by them. That's not the one I have.
But on that, it was like third picture to the right there, you're seeing the cart when it's in its folded up mode. And that doesn't stand vertically, even if you flip it upside down where the four wheels are down. And for my particular application, right there, yes.
Yeah.
There's just no way to make that stand up. And in my trailer and such, or in back of the truck, I like to have the cart, I've got that 20-inch wide by 10-inch deep area. And that I just could not. It just did not work in my truck that well. It's nice cart, but didn't work in my application.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Next one, I have a video that John, I'm going to let you talk through because I did a video on it for the Rewind Report a couple weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
But you know more about these kind of things. It's the EV Electro Voice. It's the Evolve 50 column system.
So excited to see it.
Yes,
so I'm going to run the video, and you guys, John, or whoever wants to explain and talk, feel free to. No sound. I'm not going to run sound tonight. So tell me to stop it whenever you want me to stop it.
Yeah, you can hold right there, MJ. This little system has a 12-inch subwoofer, and it has 3.5-inch drivers. I think it's 6 3.5-inch drivers in the top. It's a 3-piece system. You've got your sub and the pole and the top. Now that is proprietary connections and such in there. So it's not like you can run an XLR wire from the bottom to the top. You've got to use the pole.
So you don't even need a cord. It's in that system.
It's in the pole that we're looking at right there, down the middle of that. And they can see my mouse on that. One of the cool little features though I like is we can see that little bit of a slant that it has. The sub pole is what they're in that column array. That it is firing a couple of them down a little bit and a couple of them, the rest of them straight forward and such. So you're getting a little bit more coverage in front of your dance floor. I think for wedding DJ applications that this is going to be a fabulous little device. Just watching that video.
Yeah, and it's going to be at the Expo, guys. So those that are going to the Expo, they are premiering it first time in public in the United States. So make sure you go check them out and touch them.
That is all I have on that.
Yeah, but it's huge. I mean, it's going to be a big deal. It's going to be awesome.
Everybody that seems to be in the know has been like sworn to secrecy.
Yes.
Till the week. What's funny is it's like till the week after the Expo.
That's when it's really coming out.
Yeah, but then it's like I think for in hand, I think they said October. So
and Evie's also Evie's also doing a US tour. So if you guys are interested in any other products and stuff, including this one, go on Facebook or go on their website and click on the link, and they have the dates and the cities and everything, and you could sign up to register for that.
This definitely is going to be the year of the mini array, because I know for a fact there's at least 2 or 3 brand new for this thing, right, John?
Yes.
We're definitely going to get into another one here in a bit. But we're going to continue on with John. I'm going to let you talk on this one too. It's another video. It's also by Electro Voice. It's their ELX 200 series.
Yeah, they're doing some really cool things with the ELX, which is the Live X series that that was the original powered speaker that they came out with. But what they're doing with that is they've increased the capability of the speaker. They've reduced the weight on the line of speakers. Weighs less. Yep, you're going to see that. And they've added more cabinets to this line. They've got a 10, 12, and a 15. And that's kind of cool and it's exciting because of the DSP and thing. But that right there, the 12-inch sub, a lot of us have got that, what is it, the ZA1? What is that? It's a little 10-inch sub that I've got one on the other side.
I have the ETX.
Yeah,
I got the big one.
I've got the little 12-inch sub, and I purchased that to go with my little self-powered my little stage pass system that I had from Yamaha, because it's like, it needs a good sub. Well, that little 12-inch from Electro Voice fit under it perfectly. This particular sub is supposed to have that 12-inch has more output, more power, and you're not getting a ton of weight and such. So that little sub, that's probably beyond the line array from Electro Voice. That sub is what I'm the most excited to see and play with it a little bit and get an idea. But they've got an 18-inch in there. I don't believe they made a 15 in that series. But that will be new, and we'll get to see that at Expo. So we'll definitely be talking more to Mike Dussault and the crew to find out about some rating and such, and what kind of an SPL a person can expect from that 12. I mean, will it be to the point now where 2 of those 12s can be the subs you need for most weddings? That would be really kind of a cool thing, because then 12-inch 2A tops and 2 of those 12 subs, and then you can fit that in the back seat of a car. That would be a great little wedding show.
Let's go to American DJ next, or / American Audio. John, how do we differentiate between ADJ and American Audio sometimes?
American DJ is kind of like the parent company of everything, and under that you're going to have you've got maybe there'd be a sister company, but basically the people who own American DJ, the corporation also owns Eliminator Lighting. They have Elation is also one of their companies. Global Trust is another of their companies. American Audio, and the new Avante Audio, which I don't know if you've got some things on that one, but
yes, I do. Definitely got some stuff a little bit further down.
And they have a great booth too, guys. Like if you're going to Expo, they have incredible booths to check out, and they have some good swag too.
Yeah,
they I think Dan would have to agree, and I, because we both talked about they have the best swag.
Yeah,
still got my selfie stick. Still got my portable battery charger for my phone.
Yeah.
I will have my portable battery charger with me this year from ADJ. They come out with a new product this year that's already out. If you haven't seen it, it's unique, and I think there is pros and cons to it. Not pros and cons in quality or anything like that, but once I show it to you, then we can talk about the pros and cons. It is the CSL 100 LED light speaker stands, or speaker stands with lights. Now, what it is that you have a typical speaker stand, but these bottom areas that are green here in this picture light up, and they make blinky things, and you can control the control it with their portable RF remote, and that's what they look like, and lit up.
Now,
And
I have the pole lit up too. That'd be.
Here's my tiny two pros and cons with it. Pro, makes it harder for people to trip over the legs if it happens to be in a high traffic area.
That's a pro.
Con,
yes.
The lighted legs will attract little kids to come over and want to play with it.
Yes.
So that's
they love anything that lights up.
Yeah. So
and we'll
good
touch
bet.
anything that lights up.
One of the things I heard somebody comment on, or when it came out of some of the things I was seeing on Facebook, some were saying, well, if I put a white scrim on that, I would no longer have to stick a par underneath.
Ooh, that's a really good idea.
Apparently somebody had tried it and said the dispersion isn't like you would think.
No, you're going to get real hot spots. Yeah.
Well, and something about how it's on the leg, it's not kind of shooting it in the direction that you would need to light up the scrim right. So now, granted, he didn't have any pictures to kind of back up the story, but that's something at least to kind of think about. But yeah, a couple of people were like, oh, I'll put some scrims on that, and now I don't need my park hands under. But yeah,
I suppose you just have the if red was your color, you'd just have the 3 red strips down. You'd have just a tiny bit of bleed.
Just order some disco sticks from Sherman Specialty and just stick those under the scrim. Put it to whatever color you want to put it on and stick those under. We don't need no stinking lights. We'll just use
those. Are going for $80, $79.99.
No.
So
it's
not crushing. It's different. It's
cool. I mean, it's a cool concept for anybody.
A friend of mine goes, yeah, great. Another thing I got to plug in. I'm like, yeah, it's welcome to the digital age.
Yeah.
You put those with the light up speakers, and now I don't have to carry lights anymore.
See, that was my thought. Is it DMXable? Can I link everything together?
I would doubt it.
Doesn't look it.
No, I doubt it. No, because I think if I remember seeing, because Jose Heredia did a video right when it came out. Actually, it was a live Facebook feed, and he showed it, and there was just a regular cord coming off of it, but it did have that little IR remote. But I think it's neat. It's very unique. No one's done it, so kudos to them on that.
Look, I love that there's something for everybody, depending on what you want, what you do. There's always gonna be something that attracts anyone. Yeah. So kudos to them for figuring something like that out.
Next one on with American DJ is, again, another array system. This one I actually did a video for, so if you want to see a little bit more of the video, go over to the Disc Jockey News YouTube page and check out the video. But it is the SDK 160W portable array system. And this is what it looks like together. And it's fully adjustable. That's not the full height of it, but it's fully adjustable. But basically, it's a speaker, a pole, and then this is an amped speaker with basically has a mini mixer there that you can tie all kinds of stuff into it.
Huh.
And it just kind of sets as its own. Like I said, it has mic hookups, RCA hookups, and it's obviously outs so that you can link. But that's all there is to it. I mean, it's a tiny little system, weighs I think 45.5 pounds, if I remember right from my video that I did. 45.2 pounds. There you go.
Okay.
10-inch woofer, 6 2-inch tweeters up in the array. Class D amp, which I'm guessing, John, would that have to be dual amped because of the top and bottom aren't actually linked like the other array system we just showed actually pins together?
You're seeing that. You're seeing that right below there with the 500 watt for the sub and 250 watt for the other.
Okay. Did not see that there. Yeah. All right. So that is, and it's Class D for both, not the dual one that we read so much about.
Okay.
So I think it's kind of neat that they're coming out with them. I personally don't do any gigs that something like this would work for, but the amount of people I'm hearing buzzing about it, there apparently is a huge audience for this type of speaker.
I think the price point MJ, did it have how many the bonus points or whatever? Did they have that on that?
It's $499 for the speaker with 500 bonus points, advantage points, 500.
So then, yeah, it's going to be that will be their map, and they're going to stick at that for a while. So you're talking about a little line array. The big differences between there's going to obviously be a price point difference between the EV and this particular one, but a couple of you're talking a 12-inch sub compared to a 10-inch sub. You're talking about 2-inch drivers compared to 3.5-inch drivers. So you're going to have a completely different sound between the two, and for completely different applications. Mm-hmm. Where one will be, this is probably going to fit into that ceremony system or that small.
Yeah, this seems like one that you would use to where it would be kind of by itself, no DJ equipment hooked up, just maybe a microphone and maybe a small, tablet or something, putting sound somewhere all by itself. It seems like what it would be.
And that's what my wedding ended up being on Saturdays. I had my main system here, and then I ended up having a secondary speaker outside of the tent that was playing to the bar area, running an XLR, because sometimes you need to have that, and having a smaller, easy to pack into the back seat of the car type of a sound system is definitely
self-contained. Yeah. All right. So moving on in American DJ to the ATX 15W speaker.
Well, before we get to that, Acclaim Lighting and AccuCable are two other American DJ companies that I missed.
Yeah, there's
a lot
they have so many.
So thank you it's sharing. Somebody shared that on Facebook, so thank you for correcting me on that, because there's so many.
Yeah, I think them and In Music are now having a battle to see who can. They're the new Android versus Apple when it comes to the DJ stuff.
Yeah, see, right.
Next one up is the ATX 15W speaker. I don't know much about them, John or anybody.
We haven't heard too much about this, and that's. I don't want to say that's not unusual, but really, a lot of the American audio speakers, when they have come out with those, we haven't heard too much about it. They had a full line of speakers that they just really flew under the radar. And some people, got to hear them at shows and they bought them. But the CPX was really the first speakers from American Audio that they really were pushing a couple of years ago. So this is the next generation, and they've come out with just the one cabinet. From what I'm seeing is a 15-inch cabinet. Yeah,
it's $249 for a single cabinet. 1,000-watt dynamic power. It's that class AB amp, that dual amp. They also have, and I saw a video on it, but I don't know how new it is, John. They have a light that is an 18p hex light.
Yes, and that's relatively new. Yeah, that's going to be seen for the first time, I believe, at this show for public shows.
Let me did I stop sharing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. I was trying to read. There was a note sent in our little chat room here, and I'm trying to see what it was.
Sorry.
I can't do everything. You understand? I've got like 30 tabs open right now.
And whose fault is that?
It's my job. I'm just
True.
That's right.
All right. So here's the 18p hex. No, I'm not going to do the audio on it, but it's 18 12-watt hex. This thing is crazy bright. Again, Jose did a video on it, and it's like the size of a dinner plate or bigger.
Yeah. And
just pounds out the light. So if you want something to wash a large room, that's compared to a hand, and with the filter and gels and stuff.
I was not once you got into the LED, I was thinking, oh, my days with the gels was, that was all over. Until I spent a little time talking to Ben. We've done a couple of shows now talking about some of the filters you can put on, what you can do with those filters to change that light, whether changing it into a softer, more diffused light for a wider application, or if you want to make it a flatter, where it's wide but shorter, what have you. There's just so many things you can do with good quality gels. So I'm actually kind of excited to see that light, because having a very bright hex fixture, that particular light becomes your flood, that becomes your UV light, and it becomes your strobe light. So 4 of those is more than but that's big, really. For most mobile DJs, probably 2 of those is what you'd want.
Yeah. You can see here next to him how big it is. It's quite large.
Yeah.
And did say each diode was 12 watt?
12 watt, correct. So that's what I'm saying. There's 18 12-watt diodes, so it's crushingly bright.
It's interesting they're using 2-watt diode or 2-watt
or
of the colors within the diode.
Yeah. So it's interesting, but I think that's neat. That's something you definitely want to check out. Next one, I've really heard nothing on this next one, and I don't even know why we're going to talk about it.
Because you're gonna put it up on the screen.
Because you're gonna put it on the screen and it's new, and it'll probably be at Expo.
It's really
And we gotta talk about everything else at Expo too. So
nobody's been talking about this, but I figured I might as well bring it up. There is a company that some of you might have heard about. They were recently purchased by InMusic.
I know exactly what you're talking about. You're so wrong.
There's a little company.
I don't think anybody wants to hear about that. Nobody wants to hear about that.
Nobody wants to hear about it.
Especially
but if you do, it's a mixer. You know, like who uses mixers nowadays?
Who uses mixers with all those pretty lights and knobs?
With all the pretty lights. But no, Saturday night, for those of you who really don't follow, like I said, if you're a DJ that uses only controllers or does mobile gigs, you're not really into a lot of the stuff that comes into the side where the people who use the digital vinyl systems. But Rane has always been like the company that by anybody who uses, unless you're a diehard Pioneer fan, but even those guys respect the Rane stuff.
That's me.
Yeah.
As a Pioneer person, I still had a Rane mixer.
Yeah, but they were purchased last year, just a little over a year ago, by InMusic, and it's the same people that own Numark and Denon and is it Alto and all these other ones. But they, at the end of the U.S. final for the DMC Championship, the winner, who, if you were at the Expo last year,
so excited. Yeah,
and you saw the little girl. And I don't know how old she is. So young lady,
yeah,
woman.
She's young. No, yeah. She's young.
Okay, so I don't want to insult her by calling her a girl. She's a female who was demoing.
She's a teenager.
Yeah,
that's how young she is. She's a teenager.
Yeah, she was demoing the Numark portable turntable last year. So if you were there and saw the girl doing that, she's the one who won the U.S. championship this year. And for her prize, they gave her this.
Oh, so sexy!
And it is
sexy.
And it is a mixer.
Hello, beautiful.
Look at all those knobs you can turn.
Oh,
but it's basically,
so
please don't yell at me if I insult someone by what I'm about to say. It's a controller for vinyl. That's all it is. Because it has all the buttons now. It has a touch screen. Like they're being so tight on the information here. It has a Mag 3 fader, real high-end fader. Effects buttons, 2 banks of effects buttons. You have the 8 pads there that are set up. Why they call it a battle mixer is you can see there that there is nothing around the faders. Just why I think that they need to do that with every controller that ever comes out. Get the stuff away from the faders. We like to use them. Please don't bunch them up with stuff. But one of the things that's on this, besides the touchscreen and all the little effects switches there in the center, as you can see in the very, very center here, this area right here, there are the effects switches, which is something that I believe is on the S9 also, correct, Shani?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, so S9 is great, yeah.
Yeah, so they added that on the S9, but this little thing on the back that I love right there, you can't read it, but there are 2 USBs for hooking up to your computer, so it's dual USB.
Right.
And
you know why you can't read it? This is funny. They didn't take any high-res pictures before they gave it out and didn't realize it was going to be like a social phenomenon. So these are literally pictures from like camera phones of people taking it at the championship of holding it up. That's the funny part of it. They didn't take any high-res pictures because they didn't think it was going to be like that.
They did come out with a couple better, but these were the ones that were, like I said, Saturday night. For those of you, the entire internet, as far as we were concerned, blew up. I was like probably texting back and forth with 5 people about this at the same time. They're asking me, "What kind of information do you have? What information do you have? When did you know about this? Why didn't you tell me?" But anyways, here next to the 2 orange things, which is your computer USB, are 2 USB ins that are labeled turntable. So what I'm picking up by this is that USB turntables no longer need to go through Serato, which it does have an internal Serato box, dual internal Serato box, sorry.
Right.
But if, let's say, now that they're co-owned by InMusic, which owns all these other companies, that another company within their thing, Numark or Denon, is going to release a high-end USB turntable that pops into these, and you need nothing else. I also am
I could go
speculating
grab it.
wildly here
It's right
because
over
that's what
there.
I do is speculate wildly.
That turntable is right back there, MJ, if you want me to go grab it.
What is it?
The turntable that will plug into that.
Well, pretty much any USB turntable will, but what I'm saying is I think that they're going to come out with something that is way above, like a step above even
What
the
they've got
Denon
now.
Prime Series stuff. Because I asked someone the other day, I said, if you had a turntable, for those people who use them, if you had a turntable that felt the same as your regular 1200s, the record, everything, but had an internal, which years ago the Denon 1200s came out with what's called hybrid mode, and it had the internal tone. Because if you take the Serato record and play it on a regular record player, it's just beep. That's all it is. It's just a tone. So they have ones with hybrid. So what if they come out with a turntable that didn't need a needle on a Serato record, but ran through USB on the internal combo mode, or not combo? What did I just say it was called for Denon?
Hybrid.
Hybrid. So a hybrid mode turntable that works exactly the same with a record, but does not need the needles. Shaney, no more needles. Think about that.
Come on. But it
No,
was on my list.
Everybody else just thinks CD there, but I'm sorry.
It was on my list, my gold needles.
No more needles needed. But this one here is kind of answer to the Pioneer S9 when it came out. Everybody drooled over it, and everybody's drooling over this. But basically, like I said, if you're a digital vinyl guy and you are really like to do a lot of the stuff that the controller guys do, with the different, whether it be buttons, drumming, effects, whatever, you now have it at your fingertips with these types of mixers. You no longer have to carry your Serato box with these type of mixers. But the only downfall is, and I just saw a post today that this thing is supposed to be priced at $1,900.
Oh, that hurt. Ow. That was like a shock.
My guess was
that was a little
$19.99. My guess was $19.99, but somebody posted $18.99.
But I mean, think about when
$20. I'm good.
Think about when the 57 came out. The 57 was a couple $100 less than that when it first came out. So, and I mean, I paid for it. So this definitely, people are going to jump at this. They just are.
Yeah, it's supposed to be August that they're supposed to be putting it out here. It has. They also said, for those of you who have the older turntables that don't have the grounds built in, because like you can actually take your turntables and the older ones and they'll build the ground into the cord, but the older ones you had to take the ground wire. Those of us who are old enough to remember, and they're touting this mixer as having the largest ground screws of any mixer ever.
Oh.
So
Okay.
that was kind of neat. And the other thing on this I think is really important that I've heard everybody say, and Shaney, I'm sure you'll like on this too. It's the first one of these types with dual microphones. They've all only had single microphones. And it's the first one with the dual microphone. So
Yes, Rane.
then you're paying-
Yes. Bonus points for Rane.
You're paying about
Bonus
$1,000
points.
a microphone. That's a good deal.
yeah. So
If you don't find me in the Bose booth, it's because I'm in the Rane
She's
booth,
getting kicked out of the rain booth.
yanking in the 72 and just going crazy on it.
Will you fan club members please get this woman out of here?
Can you get the woman with the Bose t-shirt out of here? Doesn't she have to do a set by now? Isn't she supposed to DJ? I'd be like, can I just take her with me?
She's
We're
getting
using
drool all
Pioneer
over this
equipment. Can I just take her with
controller.
me?
Get her.
going on through, did I do Pioneer already?
No, we have not.
No.
Okay, so
No.
since we're talking about Pioneer, it's a perfect transition. They did come out with a mixer, and this is my wild speculation that they're going to come out with something else that they're not telling anybody out about. That's my speculation. I think that Shaney tried to get us some inside information, and her people are being very tight-lipped.
Yeah, my people wouldn't even.
Not even a hey, maybe nothing. She got nothing.
I was like, we're doing the show. Can you give me a little insight? Yeah. No.
But they did come out with a mixer, and if you want to see, again, I did a video on this for Disc Jockey News, so go ahead on the Disc Jockey News channel, look for it. It's the Pioneer DJM 750 MK2. It's the second version, and this video that I did, I think if you want to learn about what these type of mixers can do, the Ranes, the Pioneer S9s, the different ones like that, go look at my video, because I explained to the point where those of you who have gone to a rock show and you see down on the floor foot pedals that a guitarist uses for effects, these mixers, you can tie those physical hardware into the mixer as effects units. So a DJ can have foot pedals built in. They will fade into these mixers and work perfectly. And that's one of the things that the level that they do. And also in the video, and I think they talk about it in the video about the show for the Pioneer DJM 750. I'll play it while I am doing that. So there we go. That you can also tie in to this an external tablet and use effects units from your tablet, drum machines or whatever. But this is the one, and it's a pretty basic mixer. There's not a whole lot to it. It's very close to the S9 looks wise and layout wise. So if you've used one of the S9s, they've done a lot of almost identical features, and I think here's where they do the layout. Compare the next to it. I don't know, but it's pretty similar in layout. This guy does a demo, so if you want to go to the thing, they have multiple fader effects, scratch effects, isolators. That Magvel fader is really nice. If you've ever used one of those, if you've ever used a high level fader, you'll understand, because it's like moving a floating thing across there. It's not a fader. Right. You don't even feel it. It literally doesn't even move. That they have color effects built into this one, beat effects built in. There's 11 different beat effects that you can put on there. Parameter adjustments for everything. There's the beat effects. I'm going to jump ahead here. Here's what I'm saying about the foot pedals. Those can tie directly into all of these type of mixers with just a regular 1/4-inch plug and have it work off of that. Or you can hook up like I said, a tablet and use any sort of effects unit into that. And so that's why when people ask about why these mixers are so expensive, they are a full controller, a full, seriously high-end controller packed into one little 12-inch battle mixer or whatever size it is. And this one also comes with full, what is it called? Their software, Shaney. I just dropped my
Rekordbox.
Comes with full Rekordbox and Rekordbox DVS.
So you get both of them.
You get both licenses with this one. The other one, Shaney, I'm actually going to let you talk a little bit about it. I also did a video on this. It's
Which
very
one?
Nice.
The Rekordbox?
The box.
The box.
Yeah.
Well,
the interface too. Do you know anything about it? Well,
no, I mean, it's probably, I know the same information you know, just about for those that, didn't want to get like a Rekordbox controller or didn't want to go Rekordbox. It's kind of like anyone who uses the, Serato DJ box, you can go Rekordbox with the interface, which is nice if you want to do Rekordbox.
For those of you who don't know, Rekordbox is a DJ software, which is very similar to pretty much all the others, but it is originally started as a music management software for Pioneer and has developed into a DJ software. But it becomes if you're a Pioneer person and like using their stuff, using the Rekordbox the integration in everything is just full on with
it's everything. I mean, you name it, it's the bells and whistles of music management, producer wise, working on music offline, everything, so it's like, it's got everything that you could do that, that you ever would want to think about. You could do, offline, online, everything.
Yeah. I believe they also do the tracking with that, like the Serato, if I'm correct.
Yes, that is correct.
So that if you want to be part of their things, you can see what other DJs are playing and kind of know what's going on in that world.
Yeah. And it's great. I mean, to have that interface, it's great if you want to try to go the Rekordbox route and not want to buy one of the controllers that are just the Rekordbox controllers.
I want to give a shout out here to Brian. We got Brian Martian with us. Thanks for joining us, Brian. Brian is from iDJ Now, and they are going to be one of the major retailers at the show. That he'll be representing Chauvet DJ and Electro Voice at the show. And we've already talked about the Electro Voice. We're going to be talking about some Chauvet things.
Yeah, they got some stuff too. Chauvet's got some good stuff coming.
So Brian, the question I want to throw out there is for people who aren't going to be at the show, are they going to be able to get some of the show pricing and such? If you could just put that in the chat, and then we'll share it as we go here. But that's always kind of a big thing, because there's a lot of people who are watching that aren't going to be able to make the show. So I just want to confirm. I think that they can call in and get that, but maybe he can let us know here in the chat room.
Cool. Moving on. We've had the Rane mixer, we've had the Pioneer mixer, and those are like some of the biggest names. John was today trying to get information from Numark. And I'm going to let him tell us whatever he's allowed to tell us, because I know he's not allowed to tell us much. So
there's not much.
whatever you're allowed to say, John, say
Yeah,
it.
there's not much. For those who wondering, Brian they will be doing that, and I'll be doing videos from their booth and telling you guys Monday I'm going to try to go, and while Brian's all sweaty and messy, I'll get you what their booth is looking like and how to get a hold of them and get some of the deals from the show. Okay, Numark. They've got some new stuff coming out, and it will be released, and it's something that we haven't seen that much. I can say that. And the only other thing we can tell you, unfortunately, is that it's going to be something that
you haven't seen
That's
it.
why you have to come to the show, guys.
Yeah,
The showroom floor.
I
We'll talk about the
tried
seminars and stuff, but you have to come to the show.
Shaney, give Big Daddy a shout out. He's with us tonight.
Is he? Hi, Big Daddy. And thank you for responding to my text message about the seminar. So thank you. Get on your boys, Big Daddy. Thank you.
So Numark is going to have something, and it's going to be an exciting product. One of them will be an exciting product for the mobile DJ industry, but we don't know what it is, and we can't say anything beyond that.
What was the word you said? You've not seen it. You've never seen this.
Yeah.
So we can't tell you about it, but you've never seen it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I have supposedly I have not seen it, and that means so it's something new since now, but we will see.
Which those companies, I think they did have a couple of different things out, but Numark is definitely due for something new. That's a double new. I'm excited to see. Like I said, this year at the Expo, I think it's going to be a very creative year equipment-wise. I think it's going to be, a couple years in the past, you could predict what was coming out. This year, I think there's going to be a lot of guessing, and I'm happy to see that. So
it's kind of neat to have a little bit trickle out so we can have some things to kind of get excited about, because Dan has been squirreling away those nickels and dimes here for the last several months, so he can go and he's going to be right there in line, first guy in, kind of a thing.
And he's driving in, so he can throw the stuff in the car, buy as much as he wants.
Oh yeah,
I'm even bringing some equipment if people want to buy some, so I have more room to take new stuff home.
Wow,
there you go. Next one, we're going to move on quick to, since you said Chauvet, right?
Yes, yeah, we should be getting to Chauvet pretty soon.
Yeah, we're going to do Chauvet. It's the Intimidator Beam 355, and I have a video. John, if you know anything about this, feel free to talk, or anybody, not just John, but it's a short video. It doesn't last very long.
It's a moving head. I got you.
Yeah.
It's a beam, because the name beam is in the word, so
and
we
it's
know
a
that.
100-watt LED. And it's got that white beam thing going on.
And it's a Chauvet. I don't know much about it. I didn't read up on it. Motorized frost filter, which motorized. Okay, that's cool. That's for dispersion and stuff. Colors. 3-facet prism. So it's more than a beam. Oh, look at that. 3 beams twisting. I like that. IRC6 compatible. I'm guessing... I don't know what I'm guessing on that. Any notes? Anyone?
We'll get the full scoop on it.
We'll just have to wait.
Yeah, there's we got a little bit, but very little information on those yet, because those are tomorrow I believe is when this information is supposed to be released formally and officially.
These videos are actually, I got them from YouTube, so they're out there.
Yeah, but I think
none of this stuff I'm sneaking. I'm being honest with you, because we do get information all the time with embargoes of dates. None of this stuff I stole from anywhere. It's the honest truth. It's out
That's
there.
That's for share later.
I dug for it. That's for the after show, where we show you the magical wand that makes equipment in the DJ world.
Do we have a lot of other equipment to go through? Because we only have like 15 minutes. We haven't hit anything else at the Expo.
We have a few.
Okay.
We got to be getting close.
All right. So this is, I'm just going to share straight across here. This is the Intimidator Spot 375Z, and it's white by Chauvet.
So basically, they've just introduced that fixture in a white.
And the last one is VIVID is how that's spelt. Vivid 4-panel video by Chauvet, which I think that's kind of neat. It's a 4-panel tie together video thing, which is kind of close to what they had last year, but because did they have one, or was it ADJ that had the
ADJ introduced theirs last year?
Okay.
It was but now Chauvet's getting into...
Yeah, which that one was a 6-pixel. This is a 4.8, so it's tighter and smaller. So I think that's kind of cool, but you're going to see that.
And I believe they had a version of that in Chauvet Professional, and I think that they brought that concept across.
All right, so we did Pioneer already.
Yep.
So, and that only leaves us with one, and I just have pictures on it. To go back up one more click here, and I actually did a full video on this. So if you want to see the info on this, you can go to the Disc Jockey News website, and it is the Avante speaker system, John.
This is actually one of the probably top three things. This is probably number 3 of what I wanted to see at Expo, is to hear the Avante. They have a unique look, which is definitely something that is exciting to see, because most of the time when we're seeing speakers, it's like everybody's making a knockoff of the Electro voice cabinets. They all look kind of similar to that. And so they have a different form factor. The quality is, and I have not heard these yet, I'm just going off what I've been told. The quality of this is supposed to be very, very high. Considering this is from the American DJ family, but they've broken this off into a separate line than their American Audio. The American Audio is going to have their market, and the Avante is going to be kind of just a step up from that, for lack of a better way to describe it. But they'll have their own full line of speakers, and they've got.
This is the only video I could find on it.
Yes, they just did a little talk through. There's not much out there, and this was shot at, where was that shot?
I want
Infocom.
to say LDI, but I'm not sure.
Infocom says his lanyard.
I have it as does it, because I have LDI footage on the note. For
this is Infocom. So, but yeah, that's one of the new product guys that was involved with that, and it's again supposed to be some really Jose. He and I got to talk off camera about it, and basically it was like, it's like, Jose, be real with me. Sometimes companies will have products that are home runs. Sometimes they'll have products that are singles. Sometimes they'll have products that are, a bad bunt for an out. And he was excited to the point where he's like, this is going to be a sound system that I'm wanting to invest in and buy, because he said the sound quality and such, it really was there. So I'm excited to hear that.
Real quick, do you want, because I skipped over this, do you want to share anything about the XPRS by Pioneer? Shaney or anybody?
Yeah, Shaney, go ahead. If you've gotten to play with those a little bit, haven't you, Shaney?
Yeah. I mean, they sound great. It's just, again, it's kind of just a preference of what everybody likes. They're definitely going to be there at the Expo. They had them at Mobile Beat, and they had their own separate room in the speaker. So if you guys didn't get all the way over to like the speaker area, they were right next to us. I mean, I know most of you just stopped in my room and then you were good and went home.
Hashtag Expo Shaney.
But yes, but they will be there. Again, the reason why I love, these expos is you're hands-on with all the new stuff to look at and touch and ask questions with the pros that are there and everything. So definitely with everything that we talked about and stuff that's even older that you guys are looking at, that's the reason why these booths are there, for you guys to ask questions, showroom floor specials. Please, don't be one of those people that ask them for their price and you get on the phone and you call Guitar Center or somebody. They're there for a reason. So they can help you out with, if you're like me and you don't drive in, you could talk to them about shipping and things like that when they get back. So don't think because you're not local or because you don't have a car, you can't buy some speakers or you can't buy some truss or you can't buy some of the bigger gear. I do it every year and they ship everything to me. So please support the exhibit hall. That's the reason why these conferences can go on, is because of the exhibitors. So, touch it, questions, everything you want to do, you can do on the exhibit floor. And even though the expo starts on Monday, the exhibit floor opens Tuesday. And I'm sure we'll get into that.
We're actually going to get into it right now.
Okay.
Well,
so it's perfect. We have been transitioning perfectly tonight.
Wow.
I want to first want to talk about the keynote speakers this year. DJ Inferno is a DJ producer. You can go look up some of these if you don't know. Biz Marquee, you've known for a zillion years. For those of you who don't know, before he got his hits on his songs, he DJ'd. So he has a long history of DJing. So if you think of him as only the guy that does the song, you got what I need, you're wrong. This man really has a lot of history. And Layback Luke is an incredible, not only DJ performer, but he's a producer, but he's also extremely knowledgeable. I think we did a thing a while back, if I'm correct, about his that he gave a speech on. Was it him that we did the thing on? No, it wasn't him. It was somebody else. But anyways, he's a Denon artist, Denon brand artist. So you're going to see him talking about the Denon Prime series, which is also going to be there. If you haven't seen it, go take the time, put your hands on all that equipment, and kind of see what it's like. So those are the main keynote speakers. We do have seminars starting on Monday. But like Shaney said, the showroom floor won't open until Tuesday at what time, John? Noon?
Noon.
Yeah, I think it's noon.
Okay. There's a lot of seminars for Dan or anybody else who has looked. Is there any of these that have caught your attention you want to talk about?
Well, I'll be part of the Mitzvah seminar, so I just want to put that one out there.
Oh, you're just jumping. You're jumping to Tuesday.
Hashtag Expo Shaney.
I in the most recent Disc Jockey News, I gave my plug for, and I always say his last name wrong, but Mark Brennan.
Mark.
Yeah, I'm just going to Mark Bay from up in Lake George. I was kind of disappointed at first because I heard C. Moody was not going to do his all-star MCs, and I was kind of like, what? Like, this is one of the expo or the seminar I always looked forward to. And then I heard Mark was doing it, and I got a chance to hang out with Mark last November. I went up, shouted him at an event, and he is a stand-up class act. And when I heard he was doing this, I was like, this is perfect. He is the guy that knows how to handle this and how to bring in a great group. It's a panel type of setup, very similar to Steve's, but it's Mark's spin on it. It's probably the easiest way to explain it.
I mean, here's my thing about the seminars, guys. There's something for everybody. Whether you are a bedroom DJ, whether you are a private event DJ, weddings, mitzvahs, birthday parties, kids parties, club DJ, there is something for everybody. And just go in there with open ears, because you will learn some golden nuggets from everybody, and not just the seminars, but from just being in the hallways and talking to other DJs. So, I know people are like, oh, it's the same thing. It's this, it's that. Well, it is because, I mean, you can't really change what a conference is about, but, new gear comes out. You get to see it. You get to look at it firsthand. Seminars, they're always updating new people and giving you guys new ideas for every year to kind of change up what you're doing. So just always go in with just an open mind for that kind of stuff.
Here's one of the things I've always kind of thought was interesting, and it always kind of stuck with me. Mike Walter, who a lot of us look up to for his expertise and the different things that he puts out and his trainings and yada, yada, yada. He goes into these and always picks up. So I find it funny that you have DJs who will go in and say, oh, this is 101 level stuff, I'm not going to learn anything. And yet you've got somebody who's been in it for years, who leads all this different things, has a very successful multi-op. And he's like, I'm coming out with pages and pages and pages of stuff. Yeah, some things are obviously going to be the same. They're going to be very similar, but there's also going to be some, new stuff, or always maybe new angles of how you can look at something. One other one that caught my eye just because I was like, this is different. Mm-hmm. And I want to say it's on Monday. Let me scroll real quick here to make sure. Yeah, it's on Monday at like 2:00. DJ Wellness, Posture and Prevention. Oh, and not just like, hey, this is what you need to do, but it said like hands-on. It says bring your mats. Like, this is almost going to be like getting down. I sounds almost maybe yoga-ish. Mm-hmm. But I thought it was kind of interesting just because that right there is very different than I've ever seen come through at a show.
For sure.
I'm not going to lie. I've been so busy. I haven't really looked at the seminar list, but somebody told me that there's one of the speakers is Talib Kweli. No? Am I just making that up?
Is what?
Who are like, was it just the three people that were like the main? I thought there was another on like one of the other nights. Maybe I need to look at this.
Well, they have a lot of stuff going on. Like I said, those were just considered by them. They called the meet and greets. And
yeah, there wasn't another one. I'm going to go on it right now.
But there's there's stuff here.
I thought there was like a hip hop one.
DJ Wellness, Gear. Do you like Disney? There's one. I think that one is new, isn't it?
Yeah, Brian. I don't know if Brian spoke last year, but Brian is a very intelligent person when it comes to the industry and is a very good presenter. That should be for Monday. That was definitely one that I had checked, is wanting to sketch Brian from 3 to 4:30. Mike Mike Walter, I want to hit that just because I just enjoy his passion for music, even though he's been in this.
Yeah, his seminars are great.
He's always fun. He's talking about something that he's so passionate about, and then you basically have to have your drink with you because each time he makes a Prince reference, you have to take a
like a different reference for us.
Yeah, exactly. It's a little bit different for us, but we'll get to that.
Oh, here we go. I found where you're talking about, Shaney.
Where? What day? What is? Am I making it up? I don't know.
It's Wednesday, 1 to 2. Mackie presents Perfecting Your Performance, Loudspeaker Selection and Technology with guests Talib Kweli and DJ Uri.
I'm going to stalk him.
So there you go.
I'm putting it out there so I won't get in trouble by the popo. I want to be, to me, he's an incredible hip hop lyricist. I mean, when it comes to real hip hop music, I don't even care about if he's a DJ or not. He's an incredible hip hop lyricist. And I love his music, even though it's not played on the radio, it's always played on the underground, but I would love to just go up to him and just thank him for making hip hop real. So that's just my little 2 cents, but I will find him. And if you guys see him, just throw him to the Bose area and tell him you just have to, and I'll give you guys swag for sending him my way.
The crazy woman in the Bose booth wants to meet you.
Bose isn't going to have any swag left because the Shady's promised it to everybody.
I don't care, whatever. I'll throw it on my DJ bag for you guys, and then I'll be like, it's in my DJ bag.
Funny. And with our last couple of minutes, I am going to let anyone give any sort of tips or tricks for the seminar. Anything, like where's the nearest restroom? I know that it is new for a lot of people, because how many years has it been since it's been in the
convention floor?
Convention center. I almost said Expo Center, but it's the Expo's in the convention center.
10? I don't know.
So that'll be new
like
for a lot of people. It's got to be a bunch. It's got to be close to that because I've never been there. So,
yeah. So my 3 main things. These are just like my 3 main things: business cards, cell phone charger. Well, I guess I have 4: business cards, cell phone charger, mint or gum. Mostly mints instead of gum, so you're not sitting there chomping, talking to somebody. And hydrate. I'm not saying how to hydrate. I'm leaving that, guys, up to you. I'm just saying, and hydrate.
I wonder if it'll be as problematic because it's not going to be in a smoky casino.
I'm so excited about
for the
that.
hydrate part.
It's definitely would help.
That's one of the things that you don't really realize. You're in there with all those electronics. It dries out the showroom floor really fast, and you can get thirsty quick without even thinking about it.
That's why I'm saying, hydrate.
I will miss the smell of urine as you walk past the
urine, mold, and asbestos.
Yeah, I'll
all
miss
mixed
that.
together.
I'm hoping that someone has one of those little scenting devices there that they can bring that scent so we can just relive the Taj experience. That would be great.
My suggestion would be, since this is the first year where they've had to do the commuting or whatever you want to call the transportation with the vans and stuff. Personally, when I'm not staying at the Trop anymore, but I originally, when I was going to be there, I was planning on just bringing walking shoes. I mean, it's 1.5 miles. Is it ideal? No, but was I going to worry about a van that might get me late to something? No. So if I were you, I would come planning, unless you have a reason why for some reason you can't walk, but if you can, I would just be prepared for that, because I can just imagine the headaches on Tuesday, probably more than Monday.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you have to, spend the money and cab, Uber, Lyft, whatever you guys need to do, so you're not standing in a 30-minute line.
This is where networking comes in. For all that, you network with as many people as you can and find who's driving over.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because there will be other people driving over for sure.
Oh yeah, people who have cars. Yeah, definitely. Because they're not going to wait for the shuttle.
I'm wondering, are we gonna? When it was at the Taj, we always asked what was going to be the song we were going to hear like 8,000 times in 1 hour. But now that it's at the convention center, would we still run into that? Like, is there going to be music pumped into the like?
I don't think so, because there'll be so many DJ booths playing music. I don't think there's going to be.
But we'll still have
that's in the exhibit area.
Hotel,
I'm talking about.
No, there won't be music in the seminar. So it'll be at the hotel.
Yeah,
so you have to.
Okay.
I already know. I mean, we talked about. I already know the song I'm gonna say, with the Justin Bieber in it.
The width.
Here's my breakout song for the next couple of weeks. It was just released. When was that released? Today. I'm sorry. Do you remember the band Gorillaz?
Yeah.
Yep.
They just put a new song out called Strobe Light. I'm telling you, it is Daft Punk deep.
Yeah.
It is really different than anything they've ever put out before, and it has got that Bruno Mars, Justin Timberlake, soulful, sexy. I expect to hear that. That's again one of my predictions. So,
I'm still gonna say it's gonna be Despacito. Just
absolutely. There's no doubt in the world. Yeah.
So I actually this year I wanted to kind of think of which artist we're going to hear the most of. Are we going to hear the most of songs with Justin Bieber in it? Are we going to hear
DJ Khaled?
Yep, that
Cali.
would be my guess.
or Kendrick Lamar, or
I'd
third
like
one.
two.
And then Bruno Mars. Which one of the three we're going to hear the most of?
Cali.
Yeah.
Cali will crush him because
So-
He's got 3 out right now, doesn't he?
Yeah, plus you got to go back, and there's just so much stuff that I realized that recently that I've been pulling back, throwbacks. I'm going, oh crap, that's a Cali song from 5 years ago, 6 years ago. But here's the thing: a lot of DJs want to play stuff that's cool, and Bruno Mars is a little too family friendly for a lot of the DJs there. So the booth DJs, aside from Shani, she's going to be playing
Like a trap
she's
twerk
gonna- she's
version
gonna
of
be
it.
playing-
Cash Me Outside.
How about that?
No, she's gonna be playing like pure Brady and the Brady Bunch stuff there.
I did a Lion King techno mix at the club this weekend.
Wow.
Yeah, I went there. I
The pla-
definitely went
the
there.
place
Hey,
I-
it's coming out on Blu-ray. You got to be prepared.
See, so I might drop it at the
She
Bose
set
booth. So,
the
yeah.
table.
Saturday night, the place I was at, the DJ, because for those of in the club world, the last song of the night we call it the Get the F Out song, and it's something you play that's so horrible it makes people want to leave. And he dropped the theme to Barney at the end of the night, and the manager literally ran over to him and going, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "It's my ending song," and she's like, "I have a 5-year-old. I hear this enough."
Yeah, I have a thing now with the managers. They all like every night, the night that's I'm there, they pick like the last song. And so the manager this past weekend told me Holding On to a Hero.
Oh
If
wow!
you guys remember that song? Because we kind of we want to get them out. We want to get, and I think that was from Top Gun, if I'm not mistaken. I
think
don't
so.
know
No,
if
it was from
I really thought it was Top Gun, but maybe it wasn't.
the one with Kevin Bacon.
Footloose.
Dancing Footloose.
Was it okay? So played it.
I think.
No.
Watch me be wrong on that.
But so I played it because they started a battle circle. That's how drunk and crazy my
Oh, you're right.
yeah, they started a battle circle to Holding On to a Hero. I was like, I'm done, and I just
was
started
right.
like,
Footloose.
was it
soundtrack,
Footloose? Okay, yeah.
1984.
Yeah.
Bonnie
So-
Tyler.
So now I have to I have to top that now for like this weekend and figure out, okay, what are we
Wow.
what are we gonna do? Because we've done some crazy stuff. Like I've done like Frank Sinatra, but then they'll slow dance to it. So
Yeah.
I'm not getting them out. Yeah. So it's like, yeah. And then I'll just go. So if anybody has any suggestions for me, Facebook, Snapchat, something, but it's got to be like out of like, just, like Holding On to the Hero. Like it has to be crazy.
I was gonna say try some Richard Cheese. That's always.
Oh, I know, because they know the words, they'll start singing because
It's
no.
It's yeah.
Yeah, see that's the thing. Like when I play like Toto Africa, they will start singing it. So
That's a request at some places.
Yeah.
Drives me crazy.
Oh, yeah.
As a 20-something want to hear music that old? Drives me bananas. Anyway.
yeah, so it can't be like a sing along because they will just start singing it.
Somebody
And
mentioned
by they, I mean like the white people that are still in the club. Everybody
it's
else
the-
kind of just
the
leaves.
inebriated white people. Because the designated drivers are going, I just have to drive them. I ain't with Anything else before we go? I mean, this was a show packed with a whole lot of stuff. We're sorry if we didn't cover everything to the depth you wanted. I'm sorry that we didn't have more information because they weren't telling us this. But there's a lot going. If you have a chance to go even in for a day, a lot of people drive in for a day. If you have that ability, whether it be this year, if not, plan for next year. Plan for the one that's in Vegas. Plan for one of them. John, take us out. Anything else?
Yeah, no, that sounds great. Thank you for putting a list and such together, MJ. And we'll be back tomorrow night with Brian Red and I are going to go through some of the product we talked about tonight, but we're going to go through a little bit more in depth because we've got some additional information that's going to be released tomorrow. So we're a night ahead with some of that. So we're going to get more things to talk about. And yeah, I think we've got a few surprises that we'll be introducing, and then next week we'll all be at Expo. So we're going to be coming to you live at different times of the day, doing different things. You're gonna have to just kind of watch the YouTube channel, subscribe on YouTube channel, follow the channel, and set it up so you can get notifications. Some people have done that because it's going to be a crazy week next week, and we'll be there right in the middle of the whole mess. So thank you for watching.
I'm just gonna plug my DJ times for you guys really quick,
go ahead.
just so if you want to see me DJ, I'll be in the Bose booth, which is by the main stage, and Tuesday I'm on at 4 p.m. So you guys have time to walk around the show floor and everything. Wednesday I'm on at 2, and Thursday I'm on right at noon when it opens. So just wanted to say that. Now we could say our send-offs.
Very good. We're looking forward to seeing everyone. So once again, thank you for watching on Facebook, on YouTube. We will see you tomorrow night and next week. Good night, everybody.